So have you heard about Chinese accusing the US of a lab leak that possibly could have caused COVID? Well, according to the Global Times, which is a paper in China, it's printed in both English and Chinese, and it is a daily tabloid, but it is owned by the Communist Party in China. So definitely has an agenda. And some people call it the Fox News of China. So they're asserting that there could have been a leak in 2019 in the Fort Detrick level 3 and 4 lab, causing it to close down. And they have gotten over 20 million Chinese citizens to sign a petition. Let me read you the petition. Quote, "The U.S. must be afraid of exposing Fort Detrick to scrutiny, like what the WHO did in the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Zheng Guang, a former chief epidemiologist of the Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention, told the Global Times he noted that the U.S. opposes the Biological Weapons Convention because it is terrified about investigations into its biolabs. The more they want to hide it, the deeper we should dig," said Zhang. That does sound suspicious, doesn't it? It goes on to say if they see the lab leak theory as one of the directions of the investigation, the Wuhan Institute of Virology should not be the only one included. Since 2019, the Fort Detrick Biolab has shown many signs worthy of attention and should be included in the first group of targets for investigation. In addition, the U.S. has also built an astonishing number of biolabs in Asia, and investigating them is an urgent project that must be added in the COVID-19 origins tracing. And they go on to say, intelligence of the U.S. intelligence claims that 3 people got sick from the Wuhan lab, and they say they have no record of those people and urge the U.S. intelligence community to say who was those 3 people. Now, can you imagine if you're a normal citizen in China and all your information is directed through a funnel from the Communist Party? Very rare if you can get any information from outside sources. I mean, this sounds like a believable conspiracy to these people. And the U.S. are just politicizing this event. Do I believe that a leak at Fort Detrick Lab caused COVID-19? No, I do not. But when I did a little research, I did find some things that did bother me. Now, let me read you the quote why the lab supposedly was closed in 2019. It was shut down due to, quote, ongoing infrastructure issues with wastewater decontamination, unquote. Well, that could have been true, but that was not the only reason. Now, I went a little bit further to see who manages Fort Detrick Lab, and what I found out was it isn't the U.S. Army. There is a separate contract that goes to an organization called Battelle. According to Battelle's website, in 2015, the Battelle National Biodefense Institute was awarded a new 10-year management operations contract for the National Biodefense Analysis and Countermeasures Center by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Science, and Technology. Okay, let's read a little bit more on their website, find out a little bit more about them. According to that website, they're a leader in biodefense and emerging infectious diseases such as coronavirus, Zika, and Ebola. They also claim that they are one of only a few high containment facilities in the nation capable of conducting good laboratory practice, compliance, safety, and efficiency testing in a variety of large and small in vivo models. Well, is that true? Because one of the reasons Fort Detrick closed down for a while because of a report the CDC did. They did an audit, watched various videos of things going on in the lab and came out with some pretty serious violations. The CDC reported that an individual partially entered a room multiple times without the required respiratory protection, while others in that room were performing procedures with a non-human primate on a necropsy table. So they were opening probably a monkey up and seeing whatever maybe a toxin did to the monkey. In that CDC report, it said that that non-human primate was infected with a select agent. And anywhere that agent was mentioned is redacted. So for reasons of national defense, we don't know what that agent was. But that was not the only serious violation found. They observed entity personnel propping open a door while removing large amounts of biohazardous waste from an adjacent room, increasing the risk of contaminated air from the room escaping and being drawn into the redacted, where the people working typically do not wear respiratory protection. Okay, not good. And then the CDC also found that a worker was not wearing gloves when disposing of biohazardous waste. Again, against safety protocol. So maybe this is a problem. This happens with the prisons and other medical services where we are privatizing. We are no longer having the government necessarily doing the service. We are sending it out to a private company. And those companies get big, big bucks. So in this case, Battelle, where was all those safety recommendations that you said you do? Look at these. These are just the ones that were found. You know, I couldn't help thinking when I'm reading this article of, outbreak, right? Or when I read the book, The Hot Zone. We don't want something escaping from one of our labs. So safety is an utmost concern for the people who work there, but also for the surrounding community. So China, I'm sure, is just trying to redirect our questions about the Wuhan lab. But they bring up some good questions. Why did what happened at Fort Detrick happen? And why aren't we meeting safety protocols? It's a level 3 and 4 lab. It is so, so important. So anyway, I thought I'd just share this with you, and I hope you're having a great week. And as always, please subscribe, share the knowledge, and thumbs up if you like this video.